Mr. Matka, after listening to a very powerful speech from a religious guru on how faith in God could move mountains, came home and prayed to God. God, make me win $1 million in a lottery, and I completely trust you. I have 100% faith in you. I know you are an all-powerful God. You are capable of making this miracle work for me. I know that somehow you'll be able to make it happen. And Mr. Matka was really sure that it is going to happen. And with all excitement, he was waiting for that $1 million to land. 1 week over, 2 weeks over, 3 weeks over, Mr. Matka is still praying and praying and praying, telling God how much he trusts in him, how much faith he has got in him. 1 month over, 2 months over, 3 months over, Mr. Matka was getting a bit of doubt now whether this faith stuff is going to really work or not. But he continued paying $1 million that some work is required, you see. He continued praying and praying and praying. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 months over now. Mr. Matka is completely frustrated with God. He comes and shouts at God, saying that I don't think this stuff is real, and I don't even know that you exist. Because that's how frustrated Mr. Matka was, not seeing his $1 million appear. And suddenly he hears a voice from the heavens saying, "You idiot, why did you first buy a lottery? Give me a break." Yes, sometimes we don't even buy a lottery if we want to win a lottery. So have you bought your lottery ticket? And what is that lottery ticket? Yes, think about it. Some people say that they are ready to put in the effort, but they don't have the time. Are you one such person who tells, I don't have time, I've got a lot of things on my plate, I really don't have time? I think I don't have time is just a myth. If you want something really bad, you will always find time. If you're not finding time for that, that means you don't want that enough in your life. You need to make a decision whether you want it that badly. In my book, Fun on the Fly, this was my first book. On Fun on the Fly, I was talking about these excuse makers who say, I don't have time for my family because I'm working all the time for my family. What a paradox. This is what I had shared with them, and this is something that I follow in my life. If you are a person who wakes up at, say, 6:30 in the morning, if you move that to 5 o'clock, you are going to get solid 1.5 hours per day. And you do the math, and I went on to explain how many hours you'll get per week, how many hours you'll get per month, how many hours you'll get per year, and how this cumulatively can add such a tremendous amount of power to your life. You can do the math. I am not going to bore you with the numbers because it's very simple, and see how much you can get. But bottom line, what I have indicated there is, if you're going to do this 1.5 hours early, waking up for 5 years continuously, you are going to get 1 full extra productive year for every 5 years. Yes, out of every 5 years, you'll be living 6 years. Trust me, you do the math, you will find out. Here I have calculated for 1 day I'd used 8 hours as 1 productive day, and with that numbers you calculate and see, you will certainly find your answer in terms of how making little change to your lifestyle today and following that change consistently can bring about tremendous amount of growth in your life, and you'll never again be telling that I don't have time. So I don't have time is just a myth. And to remind you once again, have you bought your lottery ticket? Give your God a break.